All right, and I think we are live. I think I'm like a few minutes late. I'm not gonna lie, I just almost fell asleep. I actually almost fall asleep. But welcome to the live stream for the three people that are watching this. How are you guys doing today? 'Cause I am feeling so tired right now. Here, let's go ahead. I don't just turn that off so I don't have any like double echo. So you may notice that I actually did get a haircut and I did get my mustache cut. So I mean that's just one of the, I guess like the different things about me right now. I got that cut, but in today's stream, we're just gonna be going ahead and analyzing the. See, I don't know why I have it as 138. It should be 139. Am I allowed to edit this in the YouTube Creator Studio? I am actually allowed to edit this. Let me go ahead and save that real quick. Just that it should be 139, not 138. All right. And that is really it. But I'm going to go on ahead and load up the Chainsaw Man bingo card for. Dude, I'm so tired. It's so obvious, isn't it, dude? It's so obvious, bro. It's like. It's like I got stuff on YouTube tabs. It's so weird. Getting ready for tomorrow. Dude, man, I'm real. Here, Chainsaw Man. I'm gonna go on ahead and go on into the chainsaw, folks. And we're gonna look at the bingo card for chapter 139. And that is all we're going to look at, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel very tired right now. I'm probably gonna look at this and then I'm going to immediately go to sleep completely afterwards. But yeah, a lot of people are thinking that next chapter, Sword Man is gonna be Denji's friend. I hope he's gonna be Denji's friend. I really do. Denji doesn't need any more enemies, but I think we all kind of know better at this point how things are going to go for him. And they never really go well for Denji. Okay, chapter 139. Bingo. Alright, and here we are. We have the 139 bingo card. This is from the Chainsaw Man. Did you make a bingo card, or is this an unofficial bingo card? This is like an unofficial bingo card that one of the people on the Chainsaw Man subreddit made. I should make my own bingo card at this point, just to kind of go over it, have my own creativity. But I always usually go off over the bingo cards that someone on the Reddit page will create of what they think is going to happen next chapter. Oh, man. Oh, my God. God, I feel so tired. It just feels so obvious. It's like I can see everything. Yeah. All right. But we're going to go on ahead and open this up. We have the bingo card right here. I'm going to play a little bit of some copyright music. Just a little bit. And then we can kind of get rolling with this for the time being. Maybe like the next 30 minutes or maybe like an hour or so. We'll see. It depends on how long it takes me to really go over this. And then I'll also talk about everything that this bingo card says. This is my first time actually seeing a bingo card. I'm like last week or really any other time I actually go over the chapter, like what might happen in the pre-discussions, I always kind of look over it first and then I talk about it. This time I'm just kind of going ahead and just like eyeballing it on the spot. Dude, I don't know why my ears feel like so weird, man. It's like, this is what happens, Chad, when you just feel tired. This is what happens. Non-copyright anime music. I got the lo-fi. Alright, and we got that playing in the background. Alright. Alright, that's fine. Now I'm going to go on ahead and just... my phone is actually dead right now. Kickback. I might actually have a lo-fi version of Kickback, actually. I know you want to listen to that. Hold on. Let's see here. Do we have a non-copyright version of Kickback? No copyright, free download. Oh, let me just, I'm just gonna listen to this for a little bit. Hold on. Okay, now there's like a Dunkin' Donuts ad, of course. Oh, alright. I can't actually hear this right on. Alright, so I guess this is like a piano version of it. Hold on. I mean, I guess we do have the non-version of wrong version of, oh man, a non-copyright version of it. So I guess we did get what we got, huh? Would have thought they actually would have had that. I'm not gonna lie. But see, do they have a lo-fi version of it? I don't know if they have a lo-fi version of it. Look, I'm just gonna go on ahead and just play whatever is just like the lo-fi as I just talk about this. And let me see here. No, man, whatever. It's gonna play whatever it's gonna play. And I'm just gonna go on ahead and just let it play it. But, yep. Order some Chainsaw Miniatures. Get ready for tomorrow. Oh, alright, Ghost Top. What did you order? I'm actually curious about that. Did you order like a manga volume? Did you order what are the statues? What did you order? I'm actually kind of curious about that one. Oh man, curious about that one. All right, I'm just gonna get started on this just to go over the bingo card. All right, again, this is my first time actually reading this myself, but this is the bingo board for chapter 139. I do not naturally make these. I definitely should make my own, honestly, and I might try to attempt to make my own. Maybe after next chapter. It depends if we get a break or not. But I understand next chapter, after the review of this week's chapter, next week I'm actually going to be down in my state's capital for work. So I don't know if I'm going to be making a video or not. Actually, I'm kind of hoping that we go on a break because I'll be down in Indianapolis. I don't have a laptop that can even upload a video. I can try editing it on my phone and then uploading a video then that way. But I mean, yeah. Alright guys, let's go over the actual bingo board. Alright, so the first one said that people made awesome merch. I think at some point we definitely are going to be seeing awesome merch in the series. I mean, we saw Denji had his own merch and even like a mascot, so we know to some extent that Asa's going to be getting her own merch. And this, like, the reaction that Asa had last chapter, as creepy as it was, I can't imagine how she's gonna feel, like maybe seeing like her getting her own merch and this, like, I guess maybe like little kids like seeing her as like some type of superhero. It would be definitely a bit interesting to see how that actually all plays out. It would be kind of fun to watch. And the next one is public safety is watching Asa. This is something that I feel like it needs to be addressed. I feel like public safety is going to assign someone to Asa, because I always find it's kind of strange that they have so many people assigned to Denji. Like, assuming that Swordman isn't just doing his thing, then he also should be in public safety. They have so many people assigned to Denji, yet they don't have anyone for Asa. And they know that, or at least Yoshida knows that Asa is with the War Devil, and the Famine Devil is trying to influence the War Devil and Asa. So you would think they would be watching over her and kind of trying to just kind of make sure the War Devil isn't doing anything kind of funky, but they haven't done that. Their only concern is actually with Denji, which it was just really, really, really strange. I mean, my only guess. Oh my god, I got a booger in my nose, dude. Oh my god. Oh man. My only guess of why they're actually doing this is probably because they know that Asa, compared to Denji, as crazy as this might honestly sound, is a lot easier to control, if that makes any sense. And when you think about it, it kind of makes sense in a way, it kind of does in a way, it kind of doesn't. Or they kind of, maybe they know that like the War Devil is like their only hope, and they kind of gotta let like the War Devil kind of do its own thing, I guess, and pray to God everything works out in the end. Maybe that's one reason why. At least that's my wild guess. That's my wild guess. All right, let me read to see if anyone in the chat. Raw skull figure, 0 stature. Okay, that is really cool. That is really cool. I gotta print on one of those Chainsaw Man church posters and maybe print it on my wall. Maybe, I don't know. Just tape it. I might actually just tape it at work. Nah, they probably won't let me do that, actually. No, they definitely won't. All right. Looks like family talks with public safety. Yeah, most definitely, Ghost Tab. Most definitely. There's no way she's not. I mean, that's like the only explanation I can see of why public safety isn't watching Asa. Unless they've been watching like low key the entire time. I mean, man, it's so weird. Okay, and also talks to the Chainsaw Man church people. We need to see it. We really do need to see this because like all we've known so far is that Asa's just been fighting devils, and that's kind of been it. But we haven't seen her interact with. We haven't seen her interact with any fans. We haven't seen her interact with any of the Chainsaw Man church. We haven't even really seen her reactions to people fighting over the fact that some people like Asa more than like Chainsaw Man. They're actually seriously fighting over that. Like, we haven't seen that. We haven't seen her reaction to it. And it makes me wonder, like, you know, maybe when she sees it, it's going to be like, okay, well, maybe, you know, maybe it's not like a good thing. But I almost wonder, like, the fam, though, when she realizes it, it's like, oh, well, you know, think about the fame. Think about, like, the merchandise, and she's getting money and attention. And that's when we kind of see, like, Asa become more corrupted, because she knows it's wrong. But the fame and just, like, the attention is just, it's just too much. I mean, that's my own kind of guess for when I think that'll happen. From what we've seen, like, she hasn't made any money off of the Chainsaw Man church or her during any type of devil hunting, which is actually kind of surprising now I think about it. I mean, you would think she would, but I almost feel like this kind of answers the question of, like, if Denji went on ahead and came out for his own identity, would the companies that made money off of Chainsaw Man actually pay Denji? And I guess we kind of know now. The answer is obviously no, which is not really shocking. I mean, it kind of be like whoever actually went on ahead and wrote the Bible came back and he's like, yeah, hey, can I get my my royalties from that? They're gonna look at him and be like, no, I don't think so, but praise God, I guess. Praise God. Oh man. So yeah. All right. Asa gets interviewed. It hasn't happened yet. We're definitely going to get something like that. We have to. I know we will. Not this chapter, but somewhere in this arc. I mean, I don't know what you're going to really be calling this arc, really. I mean, I guess we can say the date with Denji was like its own arc in itself. Like Denji had with Fumiko was like an own arc in itself. Like a mini arc. And then we have whatever is about to happen with Sword Man. I mean, I don't know. It almost feels like, because this is like a very Asa-centric bingo board, just looking at it, like the first few, it makes me almost feel like this person thinks that we're going to be getting like a lot more Asa, but I honestly feel like this is going to be very Denji-centric, like a very Denji-centric arc, and it's going to really more or less revolve a lot around him, which is something that I almost don't want. I almost don't want it. I really wanted to go and shift back over to Asa, but now that we've been reintroduced to Swordman, and possibly even more hybrids in the future chapter of what's coming out tomorrow. Yeah, it's just starting to make me kind of think a little bit of the other way, that this is shifting more towards Denji instead of Asa, which is very unfortunate because Fujimoto could do so much with Asa, but I almost feels like he's not going to do it. I guarantee you, I don't think he's going to really do it. All right. Asa gets a creepy fan. One of the people in the comment section of one of my review videos of chapter 138, he did comment on this. And I actually even asked this in the Chainsaw Man folk Reddit page. Let me just go ahead and pull up. Here, let me just go on and pull up my Reddit page. I am 11k karma. Can I see? I'm trying to find my posts. Oh yeah, the funny thing is I actually was able to post my video on there too. Kind of thinking about it. But let me see this. Is this it or not? Yeah, I actually did ask this in the Chainsaw Folks Reddit page, and the guy, I mean, the Murder Monitor is just really cool. He's like, yeah, I'll let you post your video there if you want. But one of my commenters and the viewers, I don't know who you are. If you're watching this, hello. But they did comment that it's a possibility that Asa could actually get taken advantage of at some point. And I asked what the possibilities were, and a lot of people actually did seem to agree. Yeah, it's possible, because a lot of people will actually forget. Asa almost did get taken advantage of at the very beginning of Part 2 story. At like the very beginning of Part 2 story, like her teacher, who was like actually like a really big creep, was willing to go on ahead and just like get the class president to actually make Asa feel more comfortable, become friends with really not only her but also getting more comfortable with him. And yeah, he was pretty much planning on sleeping with Asa, if you catch my drift. You're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say her Asa's teacher liked the cupcake. And we could honestly see that again. We could honestly see it either happen again with maybe like a TV host, or you know, someone like some older gentleman within the Chainsaw Man world, or even like a teenage boy might try to take advantage of Asa. Because I mean, it's already been said that Asa is really, really, really easy. You know what I mean? Like she's very, very, very easy. And even though she does say like, oh, I don't need human affection. I don't like sex. It's disgusting. You know, people only do it because they have nothing better to do. We know she doesn't feel that way. So low key, and this is gonna sound so bad, but like, dude, Asa, when it comes down to Asa, it's all this in life in general, dude. There's always the quiet ones. Like the girls that are usually the quiet ones, I gotta be honest, man, are some of the people that can be just, I hate to say like the freak of the week, but pretty much. And but it's also because they are willing to just go on ahead and do it, and they don't know any better. You know what I mean? And it's sad. And I really do hope it's not the case. I hope that Yoru steps in and then she doesn't just go along with it. But, well, I don't think she would, but I mean, there's a possibility that she always could, chat. Because, I mean, put it like this. A lot of people will forget Yoru took over Asa's body just to kiss Denji, and it is pretty much implied, had Nayuta not come home, Denji would have gotten laid that night. He would have gotten laid that day, because she was more than willing to sleep with Denji if it meant turning him into a weapon. And there's no telling what would have happened. Like, for all we know, it never could have worked. And then, you know what I mean? It just, I don't want to think about it. It's just so messed up. Hello, Mr. Morpheus. What's going on, man? Okay, let's see what Ghost Tab said. Asa's better poster child than a monster-looking pervert. I mean, pretty much. I mean, well, you gotta think about it. Like, the Chainsaw Man that the world knows, it's like some handsome-looking high schooler. So, I mean, I guess, but pretty much. I mean, I hate to say she's a poster girl, because she's a teenage girl and she's hot, which, God, that sounds so fucked up saying that out loud. But I mean, dude, do you know there are people in Japan, like, you know, that's the reason why she's basically become like the poster girl. Like, you kind of know where it's getting at in that case. Like, Fami is so bad. Fami is so wrong for that. And I feel bad for Asuka. She just doesn't realize, but yeah, pretty much. It is, I suppose it is kind of like that. They just know. I'm still baffled about how public safety doesn't recruit Denji again, and public safety knows he is a powerful house, hectic and all, because they know they can't really control Denji anymore. They can't control Denji without actually threatening him. Like, public safety knows Ghost Tab. Like, they kind of know, like, he does not want anything to really do with them, for obvious reasons. Like, the reasons are very, very, very obvious why he wants to have absolutely nothing to do with them. and I'm pretty sure they know it. I mean, guy legit went off the grid and just ran off. Like they already knew. Now I'm betting the only reason why they don't go after Denji is because Denji did them like a major solid of actually taking out Makima. And we can even see like people in like the actual public safety organization, low key, like they not only like Fumiko loves Denji, like she wants to sleep with Denji, but I'm getting take a while I guess and say like she isn't the only person that is actually obsessed with Denji. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's no way in the world Fumiko is like the only person that admires Chainsaw Man and will be pissed off or even leave public safety if they actually kill Chainsaw Man. I mean, I feel like that's like one of the reasons why they let Denji do what he wants, but it's also one of the reasons why they also just kind of keep him, like leave him alone, and they're like, yeah, we can't really mess with him. Plus, he's just way too popular now. All right, Asa is better poster child. Okay, all right, answer that. Nostradamus arc followed by Chainsaw Man Church, followed by Denji Chainsaw Man No More arc. This is really weird. All right, we have like the Denji and Fumiko date arc. It's like a mini prelude. Now we're kind of in like the Swordman arc is what I'm honestly about to call this, or even like the Hybrid Devil arc, depending if the hybrids come back. And I guess like the Asa Fame Girl arc. I guess that's what you want to call it. But No More Chainsaw Man arc. That's assuming that the family is actually keeping her word, and then like she's not lying when she says, "Oh yeah, if we can separate Denji and Pachita, he'll be a normal human again." That's assuming that they can actually do that without actually killing Denji, and I don't think they can. If the family double can, I will be genuinely shocked, but I'm not buying it. But I wonder if Swordman happens to know a lot more about the hybrids than maybe even Denji himself knows about. That's actually a pretty good question. Also got taken advantage of from the teacher / class president. Got taken advantage of from the orphanage adult by trusting her and having her cat isekai. No, Ghost Child, no, dude. There's no way you said that. Oh, bro. No, bro. Bro, isekai is crazy. Oh my god. It's not too soon though, but that's a good one. That's a good one, Ghost Tab. I like that one. Japan is all about JJK. Yeah, that Sukuna fight and that Gojo fight. Dude, I've heard so many people said like it's go over, like go over, Gojo over, or whatever you have to call it. And I'm like, are you guys like anime fans? They're like, oh no, I saw it on Twitter. I'm like, dude, like what the fuck? That's like, wow. That's actually really cool. All right. How do you think next chapter will go? We are gonna get more information about Swordman. That's my guess. And we may see some more people come from like the hybrids. You know what I mean? Like some of the hybrids might make an appearance. A lot of people are thinking that the Whip Devil might actually come back. Again, I'm not too sure about that one. But yeah. All right. Hello, Lloyd Rowe. Do you think Fuji is having problems fleshing out both Asa and Denji? He made Asa MC, but it still feels like Denji is MC. You know, what I brought up in the live discussion of my last chapter video is, and I want to bring this up to you. I'm going to type this in. I don't know why chapter 117, and maybe I marked that chapter, but this was something that was actually pointed out by a Redditor too. When Fujimoto, he has Swordman say, here, let me see, go back to here. This is what he says. He had Swordman actually say to Denji, takes you off, doesn't it? How they're putting Chainsaw Man side by side with some fresh face nobody. A lot of people are actually saying that this could be Fujimoto giving his own commentary of his own editors are being like why would you pick Asa instead of Denji to be the main character? And you know, again, I'm not from Japan. I don't know anything about the Japanese fan base. I mean, I know more about how people feel about Chainsaw Man honestly in South America and of course Canada than I do over in Japan. Than I actually do in Japan. And I like the only thing I know about them in Japan is that they really didn't like the anime. They really didn't like the anime. at all whatsoever. That's like one of the only things I really know. And then other than that, that's really it. Like that's legitimately it. So besides that, I really don't know how popular Asa actually is over in Japan. I mean, it's starting to make me think that denji is way more popular, and I think it's kind of obvious at this point that a lot of chapters that are trending on Twitter or that are really popular, not all of them have been denji-centric chapters, but a lot of them just have been denji-centric chapters, and people are starting to kind of notice it. So I think I understand what you're saying. I think at this point, it's kind of obvious that denji is becoming more of the CMC again, more or less, and Asa's there. Asa's just kind of there right now. Because, I mean, her plot isn't really... It just isn't going anywhere. You know what I mean? It went from her trying to get her body back to almost ending herself to... Now I know that Yoru is on that BS. Like she knows... I guess she knows now that she isn't threatening that Yoru can't take over Asa's body. I mean... That's never even been addressed either. Like, she never called Yoru out on that. It's kind of just been skipped over and forgotten. You know what I mean? It's been skipped over and forgotten, and now they're not even addressing that. I mean, that in itself is a plot hole, in my opinion. And then it's like, oh yeah, Yoru's like, oh yeah, Asa, don't trust the famine double, and then all logic goes out the window. After she directly told Asa, don't trust the famine double, they like, oh yeah, let's make a deal with the famine double. Like, okay, yeah, let's work with her. And I'm like, dude, that's like one giant plot hole. Like, this is a really big plot hole that I hope Fujimoto addresses. But it almost felt like it felt rushed. And believe it or not, Suffering did make a video that I'm thinking I am going to react to and give my own personal opinion. That Fujimoto did say he didn't like. I don't know if he said he didn't like to write Chainsaw Man or he wanted to do something different. But it's very much implied that that he almost kind of wanted to do something different, and now I can kind of see that, yeah, this part 2, I'm not saying that it's being rushed, but at least with the Asa side of the story, it feels very rushed. It does feel very rushed, I won't lie. Alright, I'm gonna go on ahead and kind of speed through the chat. I gotta get back to the bingo board. Do you think Fuji... Okay, I already read that one. Asa is going to be like Makima and use her fame to control people. I don't think it's going to be that. It's going to be the exact opposite. Some of these people are going to be able to control Asa, and their opinions are going to matter a lot to her. Like, she is going to legitimately change the way that she acts. And, dude, her ego is about to be so boosted from this. It's not going to be a good thing. If anything, it's going to make her more confidence, but her ego and her arrogance is going to go through the roof. Because Asa is a very arrogant character. It's kind of been suddenly hidden, but she does have like a really big ego. And even Yoru herself is starting to kind of notice it, and she's kind of becoming a little bit disgusted by it. And it's pretty obvious. It's very obvious that Asa's like a good person, but she's very... Let's just say she's very selfish. Okay, make her fans weapons. We could see it. I could see it. And finally, Otherworldly, I'm gonna go on ahead and answer your question. Is the upcoming World War due to the flying devil on the bingo? I got you, dog. And that is a good time section where we hop back over to the bingo board. It is actually not on here, but I'm gonna guess whenever the bingo board is made towards the end or the middle of the story, like when it's set on like television or something, like, oh yeah, things are escalating around the world, or things are kind of like they're not cold anymore, because Chainsaw Man's been in like a constant cold war, but now things are starting to actually heat up. Then we're gonna see it on the bingo board, and then it'll become kind of obvious. So yeah, we're about to get like the war arc very, very, very soon, or like I guess in that case like the World War arc. I guess it wouldn't really be much of a war arc, I guess, but yeah, it is not on there. It definitely will be at some point, though. This is mainly more centered on Swordman, Asa, and Denji. And Yoru, of course, and the hybrids. Alright. Let's get back to this. Denji gets attacked again. We know Swordman is going to attack Denji. He doesn't seem to have any ulterior motives, and I never said this in my video, my YouTube video, but it does seem like Swordman was the one that fed Denji during his fight against the Falling Devil to revive him. So we sort of know, like, yeah, he's on Denji's side, but in a way, it also makes you wonder, well, I mean, why didn't he jump in to also kind of help Denji in his own way? And maybe it's because he's just keeping a low profile, because I'm pretty sure, like, most of the hybrids, seeing how they did survive the fight with Puchita, and this came on, this is my own opinion, I think someone fed them blood. Like, they cannot come back unless someone feeds them blood, unless there's something that we don't know about that Fujimoto never really clarified about, or maybe he's retconning it, but maybe seriously all came back, like they all kind of lived like normal lives and they went back to their own countries, like, you know what I mean? Like, they all kind of, for some of them, like Reze, it probably was like her way out of living like a normal life, more or less. So for her, she got her way out because the Russian government thinks that she's basically dead. And then the other ones are kind of just, I guess they're just keeping low profiles, just living like normal lives. Because I mean, I guess in a way, like, unlike Denji, who public safety is kind of letting him do whatever he wants to a certain extent. They're not anymore, but for the past like 7 months since they ended part 1, they have been. If he were to go on out and act like a hero, they probably wouldn't go for it. You know what I mean? Like, they probably would have legit neutralized Swordman just for doing that. But it makes you wonder. You know what I mean? It does make me wonder. So I hope we get like an explanation of that, or Denji actually asks like who are you? How do you know about me? And if you were there during that fight, if he actually tells them that, why didn't you help me like afterwards? Like, you have hybrid powers. Why didn't you jump in? Well, I mean, it's kind of obvious why he didn't jump in, because he would have gone to story too. Like, they both would have just gotten murked. I mean, Swordman legit got bodied by Puchita twice, and in one of them he was in like essentially Denji's Chainsaw Man form, and he still got bodied. So it's kind of obvious this guy might be more of a schemer and maybe a bit smarter than an actual fighter, at least in my opinion. Like, but he could be like Kabuto from Naruto. Like, yeah, he could throw those hands, but he was mainly like a smart person, bro. He's like a smart guy. He wasn't like a fighter in the end. Okay, Fumiko or Yoshida protect Denji. I'm wondering where Fumiko is right now. I am wondering about that. Because it's like, well, Fumiko's supposed to be Denji's bodyguard, so like, is she gonna be like strapped with him 24/7, or how exactly does that work? Like, I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, is like Fumiko gonna be sleeping at like Denji's house, or, you know what I mean? Like, trying to do the other stuff, if you catch my drift, or is she just gonna be only around him at high school, and then after that, then she can just do what he wants? I'm like, how does that work? It's very strange. All right, Asa and Yoru argue about their goals. I don't think so. What I think could actually happen, and hear me out, Yoru wants to be remembered, and I think as soon as Yoru kind of gets the fame that she wants and the attention that she wants, it almost makes me wonder, like, will she actually kill Chainsaw Man? Because I could honestly see it where, like, as long as Yoru gets her fame and she's remembered and she gets her powers back, I'm like, she might just be more satisfied with being like, you know what? I kind of want to be a hero. I'd rather just do that than kill Chainsaw Man. I feel kind of satisfied. I gotta be honest. I almost feel kind of satisfied now. And she just lets go in like one of those funny moments. It's like a plot twist, and then we realize that the real evil person was Asa all along, and then Yoru was like, ah, crap. Well, this isn't good. I could see something like that happening. I could legitimately see that actually happening. Like, everyone's worried about Yoru, and it's been alluded that Yoru is going to be the one that'll cause like a great calamity on the world. But really, I guess it's Asa. And by Yoru saving Asa, she inevitably damned everyone. Like, she damned everyone by saving Asa at the beginning of the story. Like, oh, damn it, I should have just let you die. I should have let that class president kill you. Oh man, that would be funny. That would be, honestly, that would be so funny to me. Also fame montage. Oh, I hope we get that. Like, the one with like how people reacted to Chainsaw Man was extremely funny. And people have been making like their own fan mangas of just how people are talking about Asa, but I really do hope that we get that. Because I really did like that chapter of chapter 103 when they had people talking about Chainsaw Man. It was pretty interesting. Asa gets attacked like Denji just now. I think so. That is also very possible. It makes me wonder if eventually the family was going to be like, okay, yeah, now we got to go on ahead and send in your own security. You really can't stay in your own apartment anymore. We don't recommend it. Let's go on ahead and like you can come in like the Chainsaw Man Church, one of our facilities, and you just stay there. I could totally see that happening. That is something that I totally expect to see happening. But it'll just be interesting to see how that actually goes. I mean, it is interesting. That would be interesting. But maybe. All right, I'm going to take a break from this one and let me look at the chat here. All right, here we go. All right, I like Asa a lot, but Denji is what makes Chainsaw Man fun in my opinion. Yeah, I feel the same. I do feel the same. At the beginning of the story, I'm not going to lie, Asa was I liked reading Asa more towards the beginning, and even the middle, but now it just feels like, yeah, they have no direction for her, and it's like they don't know what to really do with her, and Fujimoto's not expanding on some of the things that he could be expanding on. Or at least that he should be, but he's just not. Like, we should be getting, like, seeing Asa actually fight the devils, but instead, we just got given, like, a time skip, and then we just focus more on Denji. And I'm like, dude, you could have made like an entire arc based on Asa just killing devils, but you're just not going to do that. And I'm just like, all right, man, whatever. All right, the Chainsaw Man arc reminds me. Okay. Sorry, guys, the stream actually seemed to drop right now. I don't know why that actually happened, but we're back. Okay, let me read this. Fujimoto said he doesn't like drawing the art, only likes writing the story. I would hate for him to just stop making his art. He does make really good art. It does. Yeah, it is sad that Fujimoto's great at making Final Flyby. It is. I mean, maybe it's why, and hear me out, I want to hear you guys' opinion on this. That's why the art quality of part 2 has kind of gone down. Because at the beginning of part 2, it felt like we got a lot more detailed manga panels compared to now, where, I mean, the double spreads have been fire, right? But it like, I don't know, like, it's not as good as at the beginning of part 2. The art style is still more complicated than part 1, though, but I guess it all depends on what you like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Do you think the girl that was bullying Asa is the Justice Devil? See, that's a new one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the girl that was bullying Asa, I sincerely thought that was actually the Famine Devil's host. That to me, it felt more obvious, and it felt like it made the most sense. I felt like it was her, but maybe it is the Justice Devil, but I still think like the Famine Devil is just actually controlling like a teenage girl's body. That's what I think is actually happening. Which, if that is the case, that would actually be kind of funny. But that's the first time I ever heard anyone say that, like, the girl that was bullying Asa could be the Justice Devil. I mean, I don't think so, because the hand that was grabbing on Haruka was more like actually like a man's hand. But hey, man, you never know, man. You never know. Alex, a hybrid can heal if their trigger is activated. I mean, that is actually true. That is true. But the way that Pochita legit, like, chopped up the hybrid devils, it's like, how are they going to activate their trigger? It's like, the way that the Sword Devil even activates his trigger is if they take his hand off. If they take his hand off, then yeah, he'll come right back. But if his hands are cut off and they're no longer there, then it's like, how does he come back? You know what I mean? It's like it was established in part 1, and it was said by Kishibe, like, oh yeah, Denji, you're pretty much immortal as long as we feed you blood. And in part 2, we kind of see that Denji can now kind of come back from runes that would be fatal as long as, like, he pulls on like the Chainsaw Man cord and he has enough blood. Then he's gonna come back no matter what. So it's really weird. I think Fujimoto really needs to go back and just kind of clarify it, or kind of needs to refresh it, because it's like I don't know, it was like a retcon, or maybe I'm just misunderstanding it. But I hope it's kind of established that maybe they can just come back over time no matter what, and they are just completely semi-immortal. I mean, completely immortal. Fumigo will probably become neighbors to Denji. It is somewhat possible. I mean, I always figured that Denji brought up the entire apartment complex because Nayuta wanted to have her own place, but it's totally possible. I agree. Asa is good to getting a god complex is going to be evil. Yeah, I can definitely see it. Lori Rose says, wait, did chapter leak on Chainsaw Man folk? I see a spoiler tag, but I don't want to look. You see a spoiler tag? I don't remember seeing any leaks. I see, let me see here. I will... Chapter 139. Let me take a look here. If that's... Oh, okay, that's fake. No, this is like a fan manga that someone made to photo editing. That's actually not real. That's not real. It was actually like a really good one, but let me just... I am going to just look down. Yeah, this is part of it. Tools I use, yeah, see, it's not real. Adobe Photoshop, screenshots, Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, I figured that. But yeah, no, don't worry. It's not real. That's not real. It's just fan made art. So you don't have to actually worry about it. Okay, here we go. Alright, Ghost Up says, also is a deeper character than Denji, but Chainsaw Man is more action than character analysis. That's what manga excels at. I mean, pretty much. I would say so. I mean, Asa is a deeper character, and I like her monologues. I like the fact that she actually thinks, but it's like lately, like Fujimoto just has been expanding on it. And now, I hate to say, like, Asa suffering from the Fujimoto makes characters smart only for plot convenience, but now she's kind of falling into that trap too, which is so unfortunate. Chainsaw Man folk does a ton of spoiler posts. Some of them do. I'm not gonna lie, the spoilers that I got for one of the chapters that I made a review on, Aiming 1, I did all the way back for chapter 118. I literally got it from there. That's legit where I got it from. That is legit where I got them from. And some of them were real, some of them were definitely fakes, but a couple were real. I can check if you want. Mr. Morpheus, check this fan made. Yeah, boys. Lol. Alright, man, back to the bingo board. We're almost done here, because we are halfway through. More hybrids come back. I'm telling you, man, if the hybrids come back, I don't want to see Reze again. I'm gonna get so much hate for saying that. I don't want to see Reze again. If Reze comes back, for me personally, it's like, yeah, we might as well just throw like the Asa Denji ship out the window, and then OBS. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my internet and OBS right now. And wait, what is happening? All right, now it just disconnected, and it disconnected to that, and now the internet is just even worse. Maybe it's better. I don't know. I gotta, dude, this internet connection, man. All right, but getting back to the topic, I hope Reze doesn't come back. That almost confirmed. If Reze comes back, that almost does kind of confirm to me that it's like, okay, Fujimoto is definitely gonna make Asa a villain, and there is not gonna be like a Asa Denji ship at the end of the day. Like, even though I want to see it happen, I know if like if Reze comes back, it probably isn't going to happen unless Fujimoto writes it in a way where Denji just is like, yeah, I'm not into you anymore, Reze, or like I moved on, or like something like that. A lot of people would hate that. And dude, like, Shredder would go crazy in like the Chainsaw Man Shredder world, man. I mean, dude, he would get... I would not want to be Fujimoto on Shredder if he did that. So, I mean, for his sake, I hope he doesn't remake Reze. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying that. I'm gonna say it. I hope she doesn't come back. If she does come back, then yeah, Asa main villain towards the end of the story Yeah, confirmed. Pretty much confirmed at that point. All right. Now, as for the hybrid that could come back again, Whip Devil is probably the most likely candidate. The Flamethrower Devil, if he does come back, is going to be very interesting because some people are actually theorizing that out of all the devils that came to confront Chainsaw Man with Makima, he was the only one that actually spoke to Makima and didn't seem like he was under like her control. Like guy was just doing it willingly, and the two of them almost seemed like friends. They actually seemed friendly with one another. They actually did have like a conversation with one another. He's like, oh yeah, you became so much stronger. He's like, yeah, nah, he definitely did, but it's not gonna matter. Look, we got this. And I'm like, huh? And I noticed it. I'm like, okay, that is weird. So it'll be interesting if he comes back. Who knows? He might have been the one that sent the people to attack Denji. You never know. Yoru's worried about being investigated because of the fame. Yoru's taking the fame very well. I mean, see, it's like Yoru was like, I don't want to go on ahead and take your body over. Like, I took your body over also, so I want to get attention from humanity. Joins a crazy cult that is getting a lot of attention right now and becomes a international superhero for Japan and a poster girl. Yoru, I don't see anything wrong with that. The fame feels great. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, Yoru, what are you doing? Yeah, man, it's just Chainsaw Man doing the exact opposite again, man. It's just like, it's like characters say they want something, and then they just act completely different. And then I'm just sitting there. I'm like, dude, is this like a plot hole or what is happening? So, yeah, I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen. Now, maybe if they like almost get assassinated, then yeah, she'll comment on it. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Denji is confused. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a given. When isn't Denji kind of confused? Okay, Reze returns. I already gave my opinion on this. I'm not going to go over it. I hope Reze doesn't come back. Generally speaking, I don't. I'm not going to hate the story if they do it, but Fujimoto, at that point, it would be, at that point, he's kind of throwing Asa's character away if he does that. Like, people will not care for Asa anymore. Because I hate to say it like this. This is going to sound so bad. But there are so many people that would dissemper. It's like with Makima. Like people, dude, when the anime was being announced for Chainsaw Man during one of the events, people were barking for Makima. I'm like, bro, she had people simping in universe in the manga and people simping in real life for barking for her. I'm like, dude, imagine how like people are about to simp for Reze, man. Like Asa doesn't stand a chance. I'm sorry, she just doesn't. It's just like Fujimoto would be killing Asa, just like her likability as a character if he did that. Just please, Fujimoto, don't do that. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. But no, I dude, please God, don't let him bring Reze back. Swordman is working with other hybrids. I've seen so many fan arts of that. And they look so cool. They look very nice, but I don't know. He could be doing his own solo act. Although I highly doubt it, but it's totally possible. We could definitely see them. Denji calls out Asa or vice versa. Imagine if Denji just hops on national television and he's just like, Asa's a fraud. I'm really Chainsaw Man. And then Fumiko is just looking in the background like, you're doing so great, senpai. And then Yoshida's like, fuck. It's like, crap. Like here we go again. I should have hired a different bodyguard. Like, that would be so funny. That would honestly be so funny if that actually if this happens. I mean, I have a feeling, and this is gonna be my own opinion, Denji is going to sabotage Asa at some point. And we all know that Swordman is kind of like instigating. Like a lot of people are saying like, oh yeah, Swordman's gonna be Denji's bro. I think Guy is gonna be like one of the biggest instigators that we've ever seen in a series besides Makima. Like those two characters are gonna be two of the biggest instigators in the series. It's gonna be actually no. The Famine Devil is gonna go Makima, Famine Devil, and then Sword Man, and Sword Man is actually instigating. Because sadly, as much as I would like Sword Man to be Denji's friend, I already know, I'm like, dude, this is just like another person that's meant to instigate and is gonna try to manipulate Denji for his own purposes. And it's like, I want him to have a friend, dude, but it's like, I know it's not gonna happen. Like, homie, I better have like a friend in like Nayuta and like the dogs and Miaria. I guess that's like the friend that he's gonna have, right? I guess he better start looking for the Blood Devil at this point. Cause dude, it's like, it's just so unfortunate, man. It really is. Devil hunting montage. We're definitely not gonna be getting that. I doubt it. Well, maybe we will towards the end of the chapter. Denji with Asa. I hope so. Denji and Sword Man become friends. Maybe at first. It depends on like how alike they are. Because a lot of people are pointing out that Sword Man seems to be a lot younger, around Denji's age, possibly. But Sword Man is probably like maybe in like his early 20s. Like at most, maybe like 23 or 22. So I mean, I guess they could still vibe, but I don't know. Sword Man transforms. If Sword Man transforms, Denji better run for his life. Well, actually, no. Either Denji is going to actually run for his life, or he's actually going to try taking on like a hybrid devil in like just his base form. And that is going to be very interesting to see him actually, if he actually does try to do that. If he does do that, it'll be interesting. It'll be very, very, very interesting. It's like, okay, well, let's see like how superhuman Denji really is, and if like he's about as superhuman as King Shi is. Because King Shi, and this is gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be sound debatable, but King Shi in her human form, I honestly think she could just go on ahead and take on Katana Man. I don't think she would win, but it's like, it want to be like, maybe it would be low diff, maybe it would be like a low diff fight, but I feel like it would be like mid diff. It would be like a mid diff fight. Like she might get mid diff by Katana Man, but I feel like King Shi would have like a really good chance. So you never know. Denji could fight Sword Man, and he could win in his base human form. I don't think he will. Again, I don't think he will. I'm not saying that he would win, but I feel like he might actually stand a better chance than compared to like say he run against Rize in like the Bomb Girl form. Like yeah, there's no way in the world he's beating Bomb Girl in his human form. It's like no way. Okay, Asa and Denji meet. See, it's like if Denji calls out Asa, then we could see the two of them maybe meeting at school. And then like Sword Man is like Denji's homie along with like Denji's new side chick, which is just funny. Like I guess like Denji has this like his own 3-man group. Like maybe like the older brother and Sword Man, or like the brother that he never had, and then like the one sister that's from Alabama, I guess. And that's like the way. And then it's like the group of 3, and then you got Yoshida that's just like doing Yoshida stuff. So I don't know. It seems like Yoshida is trying to keep Denji and Asa apart, and Denji hasn't shown any interest in actually walking up to Asa. I mean, he's trying to keep his word with Nayuta, so I don't think he will, and he definitely hasn't questioned it at all. He hasn't said anything, but it is going to be interesting that Sword Man is kind of trying to instigate and make him question things like that. And maybe we might see that type of confrontation. At least the two of them might actually talk again. So it'll be interesting. Denji joins the Chainsaw Man Church. That will be very, very, very interesting. You would think that it would happen, right? You would think. But the Family Devil hasn't ever actually spoken to Denji at all. Which knows, it kind of leads me to believe that she knows, like, yeah, I can't convince Denji to work with me. You know what I mean? Not directly. I have to manipulate him in like the background. That's where I kind of those were like the kind of vibes that I got from it. Because it's like if she could work with Denji, or she could manipulate him instead of just trying to just like flat out kill him or have him turned into a weapon. It makes me wonder, but it's probably because she knows like Denji isn't willing to give up being Chainsaw Man or willing to separate from Pochita, and he would never agree to it. And she has to go about like a different way of actually doing it. So that's probably one of the reasons why. Alright guys, we're almost done with the bingo board, and then I'm going to read the chat. Yoru's powers grow. They definitely have probably grown. And I think, don't quote me on this. This is a theory from the actual subreddit of Chainsaw Man, folks. A lot of people are saying that the reason why we're starting to be able to see more of the scars when Yoru takes over is because Asa and Yoru is like a double fusion. We don't know what that is, but maybe it means that they're fusing more together. And the more that Yoru is actually taking over Asa's body, the more visible the scars are actually starting to become. So eventually, maybe when Yoru takes over Asa's body at one point, the scars might not totally go away, because every single time like she switches back over to Asa, like pretty much Asa switches back over to her body, the scars disappear, and it might not be like that very soon anymore. I mean, what's that one girl from JJK that has like a scar, but in universe, but she's extremely beautiful? I forgot. She made like Gojo made fun of her, but I think it's Urahime. She might just be like Urahime from JJK. It's gonna probably be like that towards the end. See, what's interesting about that though is, even though they say about the scars, what I always find interesting about this is they don't actually comment on her eye color changing, because Yoru in universe does have like orangey red eyes, but Asa in universe, they have like brown. She has brown eyes, brown, or I think green eyes. That's what I think. Not really confirmed, but that's just that's what I think it is. So it is kind of interesting to see that. People in universe ship Asa and Chainsaw Man. There's no way, dude. There's no way they do. There's no way, because dude, they can't even agree upon like the two of them even being in the same organization. Like, nah, man. If they do, I will laugh so hard. I mean, maybe like the fake Chainsaw Man will be there just asking like, oh yeah, like fake Chainsaw Man, like we know you're so incredibly handsome. Like, do you have a girlfriend? It's like, oh yeah, I do. I'm seeing Asa. And then it's like, and then Asa's like, wait, what? That would be funny. That would be funny. And then the last one is Sword Man meets Asa. This would be very interesting, because it's gonna make me wonder. Obviously, Yoru isn't able to tell that Denji is a hybrid, but it makes me wonder, would Yoru be able to tell if a person is a hybrid with one of the weapon devils? Just because of how close we would assume the war devil and the weapon devils actually are. And it also makes you think that maybe the war devils would actually be more towards like in favor of, I mean, the weapon devils would be more in favor of actually helping the war devil, you would think, and our hosts. But I mean, obviously they're doing their own thing, so it is interesting to see how that actually goes. It's interesting. Maybe at one point in the story, Sword Man's gonna meet Asa, but definitely not now, and definitely not in the next chapter. But it is kind of weird how he's very curious about the War Devil and Asa, but it maybe, and this is gonna sound really dumb, maybe similar to Denji when he speaks to Pachita sometimes in his dreams. I wonder if like the Sword Devil, like the legit Sword Devil, this came up to this dude and was like, yeah, hey, War Devil is doing something that is gonna mess things up. I like being with you. You're bro beans. You're pretty cool. We should probably do something about this. And he's like, oh, how do I do anything about this? Like, oh, yeah, hey, you remember Denji? Like, Denji who? He's like, don't worry about it. I'll tell you later. Just go up, talk to him, and just say this information. And then like Sword Devil just like dips from the dream, like how Pachita dipped from giving Denji daddy advice. But yeah, that was the end of the bingo board. And this is just like an actual fan art of like the hybrid devils in high school, which is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that is it for that. I'm gonna go back here. Wow, we actually have 10 viewers. Hello, other viewers. Hello, Sanchez, man. Welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the chat. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and read this. Let me see here. Do you ship Asa and Denji? I do ship them together. I actually do. I do. I won't lie, I do. Dude, is the stream lagging? Let me ask the chat this. Is the stream lagging for you guys? I'm curious about that. Maybe it isn't. It's just so weird, dude. I can't tell. Yeah, it's definitely lagging. The stream is just dying. Let me see this. All right, it's just red right now, but you guys can still hear me. Okay, now it is. Okay, no, it's not. All right. Okay. Crazy. All right, well, if you guys can still hear me, I'm going to be answering you guys' questions here in a bit, but let me read this. Okay, all right, do you ship Asa and Denji? I do, personally, I do. Reason coming back would feel unearned. It would just be like a what the fuck moment. It definitely would feel that way. At that point, it's like, yeah, you're just doing it for the fan base, for the fandom, and it's like, yeah, you it almost felt like you know that Asa isn't being popular enough, I guess, and now you want to shift back over to that. So it's like I'm not really too sure. Okay, Lloyd Rose says, but do you think Asaden is endgame considering the fact that she wants to kill his first and best friend Puchita? That is a good point. That is a good point. I like that one. I like that. I never really thought about it like that. I mean, the thing is, she's thinking that she's doing a good thing for Denji and Chainsaw Man. So it's not like she knows. I think if she knows about it, then she won't go along with it. But by then, it'll just be too late. Let's put it like that. You know what I mean? It's just going to be like a plot twist. Or even if, like, they decide to separate Denji and Puchita, it might actually kill Denji. And she's like, oh, crap. I didn't mean to do this, but Yoru's going to be happy. She's going to get what she wants. So I was like, yeah, Yoru won't care afterwards. All right, let me go ahead and check with this. Oh, my God. Let me go ahead and check the stream. I just want to see how the stream is right now. If it was lagging or not. Because it is buffering really, really, really bad. But it is raining outside where I am right now. All right, so it's not lagging. It's still there. It's crazy. All right. Let's see here. There's, to be frank, there is a little arc for Asa dating Denji. So yeah, there is one. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another one. I don't know. I mean, the entire relationship between Denji and Asa is based on misunderstandings too. When you think about it, like Asa likes Denji and Denji likes Asa, but they just have misunderstandings of one another. And then Nayuta kind of ruined it. All right, Alex. Okay, Mr. Murphy says, do you think public safety fears Denji? From all they know, Denji beat and outsmarted Makima and got attacked by every single other hybrid they knew and beat all of them by himself. I mean, they definitely are. They definitely are. I know they have to be, or else why else would they be having like so many security guards and everything? I mean, think about it. If Black Chainsaw Man, like if Puchita comes out again, there's absolutely no one that can stop him. Legit, like Makima could have stopped him. In all honesty, Makima could have won. I mean, actually, no, she did win. She actually did beat Puchita, but it's like, well, now it's like, well, we don't have anyone to stop him. So if he goes on a rampage, we're all screwed. We're gonna be screwed. It's not gonna be a good thing. So they probably are scared of Denji. They are probably low-key scared of Denji. And what makes it even worse is they know they can't really control Denji. Like, they had to legit dread him to actually control him. And even then, it's not like a surefire thing. So they are definitely scared of Denji. There's no way in the world they're not. They probably are. Because it's like, yeah, I mean, you can kill Nayuta, but that's not going to stop him from going on an absolute rampage and killing and just destroying absolutely everything. So it's like, it's kind of dumb when you think about it, but it's like, it's mind games. It's like psychological mind games that they're playing with Denji at this point. Because Denji, like, if Denji did not care about Naruto at all, he just didn't care. Well, I mean, he just didn't care. He would just keep on doing his own thing. He's like, yeah, fuck you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and change all my things. Like, hey, you kill Naruto? That's cool. Now I don't have to actually take care of a kid anymore. So he'll be cool with it. But he obviously does care, so it's not gonna work. Denji will actually slap Asa, but Asa will think it's intentional. Oh my god. Boom, boom, boom. I'm Asa Den, but if Rize comes back, I'm Rize Den. I'm dead. See, that's why Rize can't come back, man. That's why, because the fan base is just gonna do like a backflip, man. It is gonna be like, Asa who? So yeah. All right. Okay. Mr. Marvio says Rize Den is gone. Denji already hated Kobani for trying to kill him in the Eternity arc. He absolutely hates Rize if she tried to come back for him, especially after standing him up. I mean, he doesn't hate Kobani for trying to kill him. He might not trust Kobani. He didn't trust Kobani as much for it. But the thing is, he didn't hate her. And he wasn't angry that Kobani actually did that. He understood why Kobani did that. I mean, let's be honest here. The average person would probably do the same thing that Kobani did. Kobani was always meant to be kind of be like the stand-in for what a person in real life would probably do in the world of Chainsaw Man. So to that end, okay, I think it kind of fixed it. Yeah, it definitely it kind of fixed it. All right, so it did fix it. But even still, guys, you know, that's probably where I'm gonna go ahead and end this off. I might do tomorrow. I have to go to the orthodontist, which is unfortunate. I gotta be there at 4, and I get off of work at 3:30, so I won't really have time. I'll probably just be typing out the script for the YouTube video tomorrow and then recording, and then I'll just go on ahead and release the video hopefully on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I want to try and have a discussion for the chapter review, and I might be able to go home early from work. I actually have to go out to a business location, but I usually go home directly afterwards. Just because I kind of can, but technically speaking, I really shouldn't. Let's just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, with all that ado, thank you guys for watching the stream. And hopefully I can get my internet straightened out, man, because this is getting ridiculous, man. Alright, guys. Thank you guys for watching.